Hey y'all, Denny Crow here. So something's been bothering me for a while now, and I have to get it off my chest. Why are we relying on characters like Pink Gold Peach, the babies, or random Mario enemies in our Mario game rosters when we have so many actual characters we can choose from with names and backstories and actually like being a character? And that's exactly what I made. A roster with actual established characters in the Mario universe. I even limited myself with characters that can have partners since some games require that, like Mario Tennis, and limiting myself to how many characters represent a certain game series or title, because otherwise it would just get too crazy and big. So let's start with the characters that should be playable in any Mario game that has playable characters. These characters should be the standard shoo-ins with no exception. So there are 12 characters that are actual mainstays that should be in any of these type of games, whether it's Mario Kart, Mario Party, or a mainline game like Mario Wonder where you can play as like 5 Yoshis for some reason. And these characters are Mario, of course, his brother Luigi, Wario, Waluigi, Princess Peach, Princess Daisy, Princess Rosalina, Pauline, Toad, and Toadette, Yoshi, and Birdo. So the reason why I chose these characters specific is because, well, Mario is obvious. It's his franchise. Luigi and Wario because they have their own gaming franchises too, with Luigi's Mansion and WarioWare. While Luigi because, well, he's the partner of Wario and he deserves more love anyway. Peach since, well, she's basically the girl shoo-in in the Mario universe. Daisy because that's her partner. Rosalina because she represents Mario Galaxy. Pauline. Let's talk about Pauline. First of all, it still upsets me that there's no sign of her in any of the Mario Party Jamboree trailers. And honestly, I am shook that it took this long for her to get some spotlight. She was the first female character created by Nintendo, alongside Mario and DK. To be honest, she should have been even more popular than Peach, or at least just as recognizable. Like, I'm sure if you ask someone random on the street who Mario, DK, or even Peach are, I'm sure they'll know. But if you ask for Pauline, I'm sure they'll think you'll be talking about your aunt or something. But I digress. So anyway, Toad also has his own franchise technically, ish, his own game at least, with Captain Toad together with his partner Toadette. And then Yoshi also has his own franchise and Birdo is kind of his partner. Also this way, we have 4 human male characters, 4 human female characters, and a male and female Toad and a male and female dinosaur. So I feel like that's very balanced. But yeah, these 12 characters should just be a no-brainer in any Mario game with a playable roster, really. So next we have the characters that should honestly be in mainstays. The only reason they're not is because sometimes they have a different role, like Bowser and Bowser Jr. Bowser and Bowser Jr. obviously are kind of like the villains. So they aren't always playable like in the mainline Mario games, for example, or even most of the party games where they're kind of the antagonists. Although it does seem like there will be a Bowser clone from the looks of the Mario Party Jamboree trailer, so maybe that won't be a problem anymore in the future, I don't know. And Donkey Kong is also sometimes, well, the antagonist kidnapping Pauline, and other times he is the opposite of Bowser in Mario Party where he gives you stars instead of taking them away. And Diddy Kong is his partner, so if Donkey Kong isn't playable then Diddy probably shouldn't be either. But they are very important, so that's why they're here. Because if they don't have any other big roles, they should definitely be in the main cast. Donkey Kong also has its own franchise, so it just adds up. Then next up, we've got the characters who are, well, next up in line if the roster needs more characters. My picks here would be Petey Piranha and King Bob-omb. Like, here's the thing. Well, first of all, King Bob-omb was the first boss in Mario 64, a pretty iconic game, for the N64. And Petey Piranha is the first boss in Mario Sunshine for the GameCube, the next 3D Mario game. So them partnering up kind of makes sense to me. Also, they are actual characters, unlike just a random Koopa or Shy Guy or Ninja. Like, I don't have a problem with enemy characters. In fact, I kind of like the whole Super Mario Party route of like having the cast divided by good guys and bad guys. But why do the bad guys have to be just random minions when there's literally big bosses you can play as who probably rule these little minions along with Bowser? Then we have King Boo and EGAT for another Luigi's Mansion rap. And so why does King Boo not have this design? Why does he always look like a generic ass Boo, but then just bigger and with a crown? When we have this cool ass design from Luigi's Mansion who looks very menacing and unique, like why isn't that just his standard design? And then we have EGAT, who is just as big in the Luigi's Mansion series, yet has never had a playable role. It just seems weird to me that we have, again, like, random made-up characters and random enemy characters when we literally have this character right here who is screaming for attention. Next up, we've got Kamek and Toadsworth. I'm pairing these two up because they are both, well, the parent figures of Peach and Bowser, who are like the rulers of the Mushroom Kingdom. Well, I guess Bowser isn't, but you know what I mean. Kamek is an actual caretaker of Bowser. Like, yes, they're Magic Koopas, but Kamek is an actual character. And Toadsworth, yes, it's another Toad, but it is an old character who we don't have a whole lot of in the Mario series. And again, it's a unique and important character. He's literally the one who raised Princess Peach. And I'm kind of surprised that he hasn't been in any games recently, besides like remakes. Then we've got the Kong characters. I think the Kong characters are pretty important for the Mario franchise since, again, it started with Donkey Kong and Mario. So here we have Dixie Kong, Funky Kong, Cranky Kong, and King K. Rool. These are basically the new DK crew, and Dixie and Funky have been playable in some Mario Kart games, and even Mario Sluggers, I think. Yeah, Cranky Kong has not had that much love recently, and King K. Rool is, I think, what most people would say the antagonist of Donkey Kong. So let's just bring this little family in Mario rosters. Like, we might as well. And then the last characters for next up in line may be a little bit random, but it'll be Luba and Baby Luma. Again, having Rosalina as the only Mario Galaxy rep is a bit weird to me, so I wanted to have a Galaxy 2 rep with Luba, since we don't really have a representation for that game necessarily, or Lubba. And Baby Luma is also a pretty important character guiding Mario in the Galaxy series. Plus we had that one little, I don't know if you can call it a cameo in the Mario movie, of a Baby Luma being a little sadistic. I don't think it's the same character, because otherwise, wow, I don't know what happened to them, but that Mario Adventure did not do him any favors. Maybe he's gone PTSD, but whatever. So I think these characters do deserve a fair chance. Then we have the last resort category, where if we still need the rosters to be bigger, I guess you can choose these characters. First we have Nabbit and Chain Chomp. Pairing these two up is a bit weird. Nabbit has been kind of a random character popping up recently. I don't know if he still is, but especially in like the Wii U era. And I guess he's interesting. Like, he's kind of the new Bandit character, I feel. And Chain Chomp, okay, this is random, but he is playable Mario Tennis Aces. Plus, I kind of feel like he's Bowser's pet. Maybe that's just because of Mario RPG, but I just like that hat cannon. So in that sense, he would be a character. I know he doesn't have arms, but neither does a Goomba, and somehow he's playable in the party game, so... Then we've got two puppies. We've got Poochie from the Yoshi Island series, and Polterpup from Luigi's Mansion. Poochie is playable Mario Kart Tour, and like, he is cute, and he is kind of a big character in the Yoshi series, I feel. So, if you really need more characters, I would definitely choose him. And if you need a partner, then Polterpup, they're both puppies, so... And I'm pretty sure Polterpup is Luigi's dog. That's also a pretty important character, I feel. Then we have Wiggler and Flutter. Okay. Again, these might be weird picks, but hear me out. Wiggler is actually a boss in Mario 64, so that would make him a character. You flooded home and everything. Plus, he's a pretty common character in basically any Mario game really, whether it's Mario Kart, RPGs, or Mario Party, so I feel like he deserves the spotlight of being an actual character. Whereas Flutter, well, Wiggler needed a party, and I guess Flutter is like, I don't know, his evolved form. Then we have King Goomba and King Womp, which haven't been as big of characters as the other rulers. But again, if we can play as a normal boring Goomba, why can't we play as the King Goomba, who's more unique looking and isn't a character? And if you need a partner, let's have the other King, Womp. Then finishing this list, we have the Koopalings and Boom Boom and Pom Pom. I would rank the Koopa Kids higher, but it's just they have so many spots. I guess they couldn't just be one character slot and then just being kind of skins of each other. Same with Boom Boom and Pom Pom. But that's why they're this low, because they're pretty big characters, but I feel like these characters above them have more right to be in the roster, I feel, since they take up a lot of space otherwise. Then for the last tier, I have we have the Give Them a Chance tier. These are characters that I would like to see playable in a Mario roster someday, because I feel like they deserve it. Let's start off with WarioWare characters. Like, we've got Donkey Kong characters, we've got Yoshi characters, we've got Luigi's Mansion characters, we got Captain Toad characters. Why not WarioWare characters? And the WarioWare franchise just has so many iconic and cool characters like Ashley, Mona, Nine Volt, Cricket, Jimmy T, Cat Anna. So like, I definitely feel like they deserve more of a chance and spotlight. Then we have Foreman Spike and Captain Syrup. So hear me out. Foreman Spike, I feel like it's a pretty big character. Like, he's the boss of Mario and Luigi. He recently made an appearance in the Mario movie, and I feel like there was quite a big emphasis on him when he was shown in the movie. Like, he was basically the antagonist of Mario and Luigi in the modern world, or in their hometown or whatever. So I feel like he's a pretty big character. He was basically Bowser before Bowser. Or he's basically Bowser, but in the Mario Bros hometown. Then we have Captain Syrup, who is a female character in the Wario Land series, who also doesn't have much representation. And I feel like she'd be very interesting because I feel like she could kind of work as like a Walu Peach, which I feel like at this point quite a lot of people know about the cut Walu Peach character from Mario Tennis. Well, we technically already have someone like that in Captain Syrup, even if that name is a bit weird. Yeah, I feel like she'd be a very interesting addition to the cast. And lastly, why don't we have any Mario RPG representation? I get that Geno and Mallow might be hard to implement in any game because, well, Square Enix made Mario RPG, or at least played a big part in it. They're basically Square Enix characters. I don't know how that works now, since there is that Mario RPG remake. I don't know if they've gotten the rights of those characters now or whatever, but I can imagine that being difficult. But I feel like that's no excuse for not having any Mario and Luigi characters like Fawful or even Princess Shroob. I feel like the Beaming Kingdom is kind of an interesting concept since, you know, it's beans instead of mushrooms. And Fawful is in a lot of early Mario and Luigi games, so I feel like he'd be a no-brainer for that pick. And then Princess Shroob is kind of biased because my first RPG ever was Mario and Luigi Partners in Time, and I love the concept of like evil mushroom people. Instead of like the Toads and Princess Peach, we have the Shroobs and Princess Shroob being like an evil Peach. Like, I just love that whole concept, and I definitely feel like these characters deserve a chance. But yeah, anyway, these were just my opinions and picks. Let me know what you guys thought about it in the comments below. Like, in my opinion, we don't need a Nintendo card. We don't need half the roster to be filled with random enemies and thought up characters, because we have so many unique characters still that deserve a chance to shine. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I hope I'll see you in my next video. Later. Why are we relying on random characters like Pink Gold Beat? Why are we relying on random characters like Pink Gold, Jesus.